Libra, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for April 2024. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, which you don't see coming, and then what Spirit wants you to focus on. And then we're going to pull a bunch of oracle cards for you. Get as many messages as possible. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you're new, welcome. I do hope if you enjoy the messages, you'll consider subscribing. And if you would like a personal reading, that information's in the description box below or the About section of my channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull an astrology card and see the theme that we have going on here. Okay, this is very to the point. North Node, not surprised. Because Aries and Libra, and I can never remember which is which, are in the North and South Node. So this is going to be a really pivotal month for you. Destined, oh, I like that. Destined to have. So something that you are meant to have is destined for you, and it's coming finally this month, which is a good sign. Let's keep going and see what else we get, because that's a bold statement. All right, let's get the tarot and start with your overall energy here. Okay, so we have the Hangman in reverse. Well, somebody's coming out of hiding. If you felt like you've been kind of stuck, not saying that you're in hiding, because a lot of Libras are very typically social and outgoing. But if you were feeling like you were kind of in this space of, okay, how much more do I need to learn? What other things do I need to know? How many more downloads do I need to get? Maybe feeling a little bit stagnant in the previous months, you're going to be stepping out of that this month, no doubt, because something that has been waiting, I keep hearing like waiting a really long time for you is coming. And it could be because of this eclipse. These are really important eclipses. So the 8th is going to be significant when that eclipse happens, and something that needs to be revealed to you, even if it's that something is revealed or gives you an inkling of what's to come and how things are going to look moving forward. Pay attention to those little things, because you never know. I know, I'll give you an example. Having looked at a home in a certain area about 3 years before it actually came to fruition and ended up in that area. There's lots of ways that things can unfold. So that's just one example. So pay attention to the things around you and the signs that you're getting, because that information was coming to you while you were kind of dangling in this time frame of maybe either feeling unmotivated or just like more still than normal. All right, now current energy, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, you don't have clarity around this yet. I'm not surprised, but let's keep going. 7 of Cups. You may have felt like you just had not a lot of options. Let's keep going. The Magician. All right, so time to reevaluate and decide the things that you want to manifest moving forward. Maybe you haven't been clear because you just weren't sure. Nothing sounded really good to you. And now it's like a new cycle of manifestation, and we're letting the things that we've already created and done up to this point go. And now we have a new cycle of manifesting coming about. I just keep hearing this destined energy, like it says, destined to have. Okay, whatever that is going to make you really happy. This is obviously a very good sign. Greatest card in the deck. I'd say, well, close or in line with the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles. But this is a really good sign that whatever this is going to make you happy. You've been waiting a really long time for it. That's what the 3 of Wands states. That you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? God knows, you being a cardinal sign, as I've mentioned numerous times, Pluto and Capricorn had an effect on you the same way that it did on the other cardinal signs. So again, it's like waiting for something to just feel either happy again or like you can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. Something about your work environment could be changing. You may be working more independently. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be working in the same place necessarily. It just feels like there's more, like I don't have to work with others as much. I'm more my own person. Like I'm not going to be paying attention to what's going on around me. And maybe that's what you've been manifesting. For some of you, yes. It could be that you want to leave a traditional job and go do something else. And maybe now's the time. You've been working on it, and now you can finally just close the door on that one thing, which wouldn't surprise me, because eclipses are about letting go of things and moving forward into something new. And I feel like this is for a lot of people, like this energy is trying to push us all in a brand new direction. So I wouldn't be surprised for a lot of you if you decide to make some significant changes around your work life, which is going to make you really happy. It's going to put you in a place. It's like, this has been long overdue. All right. And then we have what you don't see coming is the Four of Wands. All right. So the Three of Swords and then the Four of Pentacles. So something that maybe you had held on to for a really long time. Maybe it was the job because of the money. It's a release. It may not feel good to do it. And maybe you've had to do a lot of processing about this. Could be scary, could be hurtful. There's all kinds of, but hurt in general is coming up. So I feel like you're thinking through what you've had to let go of and also processing the pain that you have. But what you don't see coming is those things when you go through these bigger and more significant changes, of course, it's not going to be easy. You're going to be, something's going to hurt and something else is going to feel really great to compensate some of the pain. For some of you, this could just be a feeling of tired of being betrayed, because that's what it feels like. And the Four of Pentacles is not holding on to things out of fear any longer. So what does Spirit want you to focus on? What did I say before? Ten of Pentacles. Great card. How can you create the abundance that you want? Now that the shackles have been released from you and you've been freed from all of the lessons during that Pluto time, what do you want to create now? What type of abundance do you want in your life that's different from what you've already had? Because it's like you have this whole new free open space to make changes. And it also is telling me that there's abundance that's going to be coming in. And I say abundance, we all say abundance. I know it can be a lot of different things, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is really around your finances. So something that's been meant for you or destined for you up to this point is finally going to be coming in. And I think what Spirit wants you to recognize with this card is appreciate what's coming, because it could be bigger than you've ever had before in your life. It could be that significant. And I don't like making bold statements like that. It makes me very uncomfortable to say anything that might be too out there. And in this case, I'd say that it's really going to be good. Let's see what's under that. We have the Two of Pentacles. So you may be spoiled for choice, I just heard. This isn't about going back and forth about what to do. This could be you have so many things going on that you're going to feel like you're juggling. What do I do with this money? Where do I spend this? Or how do I do this? What changes do I want to make now that I have this in my life? Because I hadn't had it for so long, but I had to learn these valuable lessons. And then Temperance. Okay. This card, obviously, she's got one foot in, one foot out. You know, the theory is she's turning water into wine. What I say is this is going back and forth, and your emotions could be going back and forth. You could feel a little bit like you still have one foot in the past and one in the so-called future, but she's, you know, she's dipping her toe in the water because she wants to get used to what this is going to be like, especially if it's going to change your life significantly. Then you really have to kind of ponder your emotions. How do you feel about it? I'd ask you to ask yourself, how are you going to deal with those emotions? So you could be back and forth about that as well. It is similar to me in some ways with the Two of Pentacles, but it's more emotionally. It's more about balancing those things out and saying, you know, go back and forth, feel things through. What are the good decisions? You know, you've obviously taken some time to process things here, right? What you don't see coming is processing. And then all of this comes in and suddenly you're kind of faced with these new, but really good choices to make. Now, do we have any challenges? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Oh yeah, do you? Because when something starts to go really well in your life, you're going to find that people are probably going to look for handouts. It's in reverse, but the challenge is to turn people away when they need something from you. And Libras are very fair people. Obviously, you know this about yourself. Regardless of where it is in your chart, you always want things to be fair, and you're very giving. And sometimes that gets taken advantage of. So it may be hard for you if you start to do really well and you're trying to make decisions about how you're going to do things for yourself and having to turn other people away. And I want you to look back and ask yourself, who's been there for me in my life? Who are the people that turned their backs on me when I needed them? Or who are the people that were there for me when times were more challenging? We have to ask ourselves that. It's not like you have to pay back or compensate for the kindness of others. It's paying it forward is a great thing, but not to the point where it hurts you. So just be aware of those people who might have their hands out if things start to turn around. All right, let's look at the Hanged Man in reverse. You're coming out of this period of feeling like you're kind of dangling around, and see what else you need to know. All right, so the Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm going to say this, and I'm cautious with this. There could be somebody in your life that is not stable emotionally. It could be a mother figure. Could be anyone, any female in your life that has been a little off balance. I don't think this has anything to do with your ability to love yourself. It isn't necessarily. That's not what I felt. I felt something around female energies in your life. Okay, so just know that I said it. Pay attention to the people around you that you love, that are close to you. And if they're feeling a little bit off, just be aware of it. All right. Next, Page of Swords. Keep an eye, right? That's what that really represents, is keeping an eye on things. You may have to shift your perspective a little bit too. It can be really hard to understand why people feel the things that they feel. But I think you do a good job of trying to understand people. So what does that have to do with the Hangman? I don't know. Maybe you've learned patience. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is in reverse with the Hangman. So uninspired action. So what's happening is you're going to start feeling a lot more inspired. Maybe something brand new is going to fire you up, and that's what's going to have you taking off on this new path. It's going to create more than you've had in quite some time. Let's see with the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Yep, it's still not clear. You're coming still out of Hangman, Hermit, maybe not feeling like you really knew which direction to go, but at least you're coming out of that space. Whatever needed to be revealed to you has been revealed to you. And if you're not exactly sure what that is, I always recommend automatic writing. Sit down, listen to what Spirit's telling you. And it's not your own thoughts. Just allow yourself to clear your head, and then whatever messages come in, write them down. It could be as stupid as go bounce the ball. I mean, I'm being a little ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying with that. Because sometimes we gain so much wisdom and we gather so much information as humans, we don't know what we're supposed to do with it all. It's just you understanding some things that you needed to understand that maybe you hadn't. I mean, we all learn as we grow. So, new manifesting cycle, this Magician energy. Four of Swords, you're not going to overthink it. You know what you want to manifest. Thinking these things through and the things you have to let go of that may be painful is one thing. Here, you don't need to overthink that. It just comes naturally. So, you know what you want to create. The Sun and the Three of Wands, yeah, great. That's perfect. It's the Eight of Wands. It means once this comes about, whatever this changes that's happening for you or what's destined for you, not only is it going to make you incredibly happy, you're going to feel like it's about damn time. And the Eight of Wands says that the energy is going to be moving really quickly. So it doesn't necessarily mean communication. It can mean movement in general. It's just fast-paced, fiery energy. There could just be a lot coming at you all at once, and it's exciting and a little bit overwhelming. So the Three of Wands with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Wands. This could be around your home life. Some of you could be purchasing a new home. This could be anything around the home environment and family. I just feel like when you're happy, everybody around you is happy too, because you bring such a light to the table. So this just all together, there's going to be all around happiness in your life with whatever this is that's coming in for you. The Four of Wands with the Three of Wands, or I'm sorry, Four of Swords with the Three of Swords. We have the Hangman. See, these are the things that you contemplate when you are hanging on, right? In that dangling position that you were before, but the overall energy says you're coming out of it. What you don't see coming is, yeah, it may be tough for you to make a decision. And some of you may linger making a choice. If you have to make a significant decision around stepping away from a job or making some kind of significant change, how many times have I said that word? then it may be a little bit difficult. Or you're not wanting to hurt other people because you want to be cautious, right? But you have to think about yourself first. So taking the time to do so, obviously contemplate, do what you have to do. Either way, I don't think it's going to be easy. It's going to hurt. Either it's going to hurt somebody else or it's going to hurt you. And then the Four of Pentacles, where we're releasing something. Remember, or did I say that to you? It could have been another reading I did today. A light at the end of the tunnel. The Two of Wands is leading you down this path. It's like you're not holding on to the idea that there's only one way to do things, especially in your career. And now you're looking down this path like, well, great. Now it's lit. That's what you didn't see coming. So you don't have clarity in the current energy. But this is about what you don't see coming within the month. So if you don't feel like that light has been lit for quite some time, it's about to be. The Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles, the spoiled for choice. The Queen of Swords, you're going to have to be pretty like straightforward. It is your energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So I think you're going to be very honest with maybe the people around you and what's going on, honest with yourself about what are good choices for you to make and which ones aren't as you're contemplating like what to do with new abundance, making really smart decisions. Really, really smart decisions. Next is with the Temperance and the Two of Pentacles. We have the Sun in reverse. It's not always going to make people happy around you because you're happy doesn't mean that other people are. And maybe that's what you battle sometimes when you go back and forth about what to do. But you have to be really true to yourself and recognize that not everybody's going to be happy about the choices that you make. And you may ponder that. That may be difficult for you emotionally to go back and forth and back and forth. But what's not going to make you happy is doing something that doesn't feel right to you. So move with integrity. And even at times, if it feels a little bit like in the gut, push through it. Because this is about you and not about other people. Six of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but for some of you, I feel like you're afraid you're going to disappoint people. Or maybe even feel like something's not going to feel fulfilling. Or maybe that's what you've experienced up to this point. You just feel like nothing's really fulfilled you up to now. And now something's going to be coming in that's not only going to create more financial success in your life, but you're going to be much more fulfilled. But when we have a challenge, it's usually around, well, God, I've had so many other things not work. So how can I believe that something will work? Well, it's your time, as the first card said. This is destined. Okay, let's get some advice. What advice do you have for Libra? Seven of Wands. Okay, open up a little bit. Be a little bit vulnerable. Don't be too closed off. Three of Wands. Don't wait around for other people. I just want to say don't wait around. I don't know what that's going to refer to in each of your lives, but definitely don't wait around. Don't wait around for things that haven't worked out. Let's put it that way. I feel like Spirit's trying to say just don't wait around any longer. If there are things that you feel inspired to do and you haven't felt like you could up until this point, that's okay. But don't wait around for like things. No, that's not how I want to say this. I'm going to stop for a second because it isn't about you just waiting for something to show up. Both ways happen. In other words, sometimes things just show up in our experience. What's destined for you is destined for you. There's no changing that. Don't wait on people. Don't want to wait on people to come around. Being vulnerable is a wonderful thing until people take advantage of it. Don't wait for people to be able to step up to the plate and be something different, I think is the message. Two of Wands. This is all about you looking into the future, what you want to create for you. So it's being focused more there. Of course, we don't want our attention to always be in the future. We want to live right now. But this is about your future and the changes that you want to make for you. And they want you to focus more on that. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Not on the things that haven't worked out. It is really hard to let go of those situations in our life that have either failed us or definitely not worked out. And it can be hard to release them, but they don't want you to focus on the things that didn't work because it doesn't matter. What you've learned from that at this point is what matters. And how you're going to move forward now and getting really clear about what it is that you want to do. The clarity is going to be much bigger and more profound than it has been in the past. All right, that's the advice there. We're going to get a couple of cards from this particular oracle deck. And of course, we've got many more to go, so bear with me. Okay, know your fears. So what are your fears? If this is a time when you need to face whatever fears you have, face them. Because you're going to be, and I just said this for Gemini, so you may have Gemini placements, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And if you understand what your fears are and you push through them anyway, how you feel on the other side of that is going to be amazing. So definitely know your fears, identify them, and be patient. Okay, we had Temperance, and now we have be patient. And then honor Gaia. Interesting. So it's honoring, and I think a lot of you do this anyway. Most of you have earthy type of natures. You like to be outdoors. Honor those things. Be in touch with nature right now. It's going to be important for you. And embrace the dark. Sometimes it is hard to embrace our dark side. But as long as we can be accepting of our own darkness, it doesn't take us over anymore. All right, moving on to the Lover's Oracle. Let's see what messages we have here. I want to keep going. All right, so we have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Since we haven't been very focused specifically, what's been coming out in the main reading has not been necessarily about that. This could be what's happening for some of you who have met somebody or have been with someone. Something could be transforming. April could be significant for that. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. This is for my singles. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So open up if you're single. There could be someone that you may end up marrying with that Four of Wands coming in this month. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Great. You're coming out of hermit mode, so of course you're going to be much more magnetic. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. And that's about other people. Right? We can't change anybody else. All right, so what do we have? We have chaos and conflict. It could be feeling this way, or maybe that's what you've been feeling over the last couple of months, and it could feel a little chaotic. Chaos is not always bad. Sometimes chaos happens when good things are going on too. So just be prepared for, you know, a little upheaval. You could be 33, born on the 3rd or the 6th of the month, and then all that glitters. This to me is about the sunshine. You know, tell people to put on their sunglasses because there's going to be a lot of brightness. I'm being goofy. There's a lot of good that's coming. And for some of you, yes, this is going to be that, however much, it's going to be really nice. Again, I keep wanting to say you are going to be spoiled for choice. There's going to be a lot of good things that pop up. And I think you're finally going to be seeing things a little differently. So you could be born on the 16th, the 1st, the 6th, or the 7th. And then unfinished symphony, which means something that wasn't finished out is finally going to resolve itself this month. So the 10, obviously that's new beginnings. You could be born on the 10th or the 1st, and then mending. Some relationships could be mended this month. Others, this is just mending your inner child. Finally, I say. For some of us, it's taken a lifetime. For some of you, it may take a little longer, but you're getting more in touch with that aspect of yourself, it feels like. So you could be 52, born on the 5th, the 2nd, or again the 7th. So pay attention to the 7th of the month, because I've said that twice. And if it is your birthday, that means it's probably a little bit more towards leaning towards you in these messages right here, the last ones we pulled out. All right. Now I'm going to get one of the Australian Animal Oracle cards for you. What we have here for Libra. If I can separate them. Okay, so we have the frog. Tears. So there may be, I mean, the 3 of Swords came out, so there could be some things. Maybe you just need to shed some tears. But let's get the message first before I start going on and on. You could be born on the 8th of the month as well, or the 8th, which is significant. We know that because of the eclipse. Is going to be a day where you could find yourself in ups and downs, or maybe just pouring out tears just to release some of that energy from your body. Okay, so the frog, which traditionally represents the water element, has hopped into your life, calling out that it's time for us to release any emotional baggage we may be carrying. Yeah, makes sense. Frog invites us to shed our tears and free ourselves from any toxic energies. All right. This card asks you to take your next leap forward and move into a nourishing environment whereby you can cleanse yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Cleanse, cry, and leap forward. All right, so we knew something was going to pop up around this month that may feel a little bit difficult, but no doubt crying is a good thing. We always feel so much better. It's such a release. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, that info is in the description box below or the About section of my channel. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing month. Sending you a ton of love, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.